So I wanted to do a video so you had a couple examples of how to do the work for our homework. So first off, you should have a separate piece of paper because there won't be enough room on this worksheet to show all the work that you need to do. So for letter A, first thing we're always doing is getting rid of subtraction and replacing it with its equivalent, adding the opposite. So we have a minus 7 there, so we'll just copy down the 5x, and then instead of minus 7, instead of subtracting 7, we add the opposite of 7. So we add a negative 7 or change the sign, add a line. So minus 7 becomes plus a negative 7. And then inside the parentheses, we have 2, and then instead of minus 4x, it's going to be plus a negative 4x. Next, we need to distribute. So we can just copy down the 5x. And then negative 7 times 2 would give me negative 14. And negative 7 times negative 4x, well, a negative times a negative is a positive, so it would be positive 28x. Then we look for like terms. So 5x is a like term with 28x, because if we're thinking about algebra tiles, it would look the same. Or we can think of it as it's the same variable raised to the same power. So adding 5x's plus 28 more x's would be 33x's. And then we just have that lonely minus 14, so plus a negative 14. And then to simplify that, adding a negative really isn't the most simplified way of writing it, so we'll change that to minus 14. So it's 33x minus 14. And so in box A, you would write the word the. For letter B, again, we have two subtractions, so we can just copy the 8. Now be careful. It's tempting to do that 8 minus 3 and get 5 and put that outside the parentheses. But that would be subtraction, which is a later step in the order of operation than multiplication. The negative 3 times the 6x minus 6 is multiplication, so that needs to come first. So we change the minus 3 to a plus a negative 3, and we change the minus 6x to a plus a negative 6x. Now we can perform that multiplication, so we'll just bring down the 8 plus, and negative 3 times positive 6 is negative 18. And negative 3 times negative 6x, or the opposite of three groups of negative 6x's, would be positive 18x's. We look for like terms. Well, we can bring the 18x down because there's no other x terms. And 8 and negative 18 together are going to give me negative 10. And then to write it in simplified form, it'd be 18x minus 10. Right, so that corresponds, it's on the right-hand side, that answer actually. So in space B, you'd write rookie. All right, letter C only has one subtraction in there, so we only have to change one subtraction to equivalent addition. So instead of subtracting 4, we add the opposite of 4. And then the parentheses don't need to change. So now we distribute. So negative 4 times 2a is negative 8a, and negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. We look for our like terms. So 9a and negative 8a are like terms. Positive 9 and negative 8 is positive 1, so we get 1a. And then we still have that plus negative 20, but to simplify plus negative, we could change that to subtraction. So it's a minus 20, which is also on the right-hand side. So in space C, you write football.